I came from a very strong Christian background.
Did you believe everything you read? Were you convinced?
I feel something is changing. That it's like something pulling me.
Yes, I don't know anything about this country. Just going in the dark. Did you have this fear?
I don't know.
You had a plan.
Yes.
And you thought that
Yes.
you are going to implement your plan.
Yes. And one parent gave me Quran. If you really did it from you, I have one child in here.
Now you're talking to God. What you're doing actually, you're putting a condition
Yes.
on God. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My dear brothers and sisters, welcome to Dome Podcast. Today I have a special guest, Mr. Jamal Sogano. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Jamal.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you today?
Alhamdulillah. Good.
Today I'm very excited to have you on the show. We've been friends for a very long time, and the first time I met you and I heard your story, it was very interesting, and I shared your story on social media, and ever since everybody has been asking me about you. And today, instead of them only listening the story from me, they will listen the story from you personally. So, Mr. Jamal, you are a special education teacher from the Philippines.
Yes, brother.
Welcome again on Dome Podcast. Now, Mr. Jamal, we'll start from the very beginning. Tell us a little bit about your childhood in the Philippines.
Actually, I came from a very strong Christian background.
Yes. What type of Christianity?
Roman Catholic.
Roman Catholic.
They're both very strong.
Yes.
My uncle is a priest, Catholic priest. Another one is a Catholic bishop.
MashaAllah.
And then now I have a brother, my own brother, who is a Catholic priest as well. And my childhood we devoted more on, going to church every Sunday. If not, we're getting penalized. It's really strict rule for us.
So you went for like Bible classes and so on? Or
Yeah.
was it only the Sunday church that you went?
Actually, my high school is in a Catholic school. And this is where I start, learning about reading, because reading the Bibles and everything. And I can still remember from the book of Genesis up to Deuteronomy, Kings, like that.
So you went into detail studying as a syllabus, yeah?
Yes.
Now, as a child, what was going through your mind in terms of theology and religion? Did you believe everything you read? Were you convinced? Did you have doubts, for example?
Actually, brother, if I may share.
Yes.
When I stepped high school, I was in a Catholic school.
Yes.
In my place. My father and my mother held up a high position in government, so we see them only in the evening.
They were very busy.
No, very busy. They left at home 7 o'clock, and then they come home at 6 o'clock in the evening. And when I was in high school, I was in Catholic school. I remember every Friday we have this rosary.
What is a rosary?
They do this like for Mary every Friday.
It's chanting?
Yes,
like chanting?
Yes, chanting every Friday. But what I did, and with my groups, it was during my first year.
Yes.
Okay. We find a way to get out.
You mean not to attend?
Not to attend.
Yes.
And that's always every Friday from 9 o'clock to 9:30. So I have to find ways. We have to find ways to go out. Okay.
It is strange, in particular in Friday.
And we played billiard like this. And it was my first year. It was okay. And then I know some friends. And we do this every Friday. When I stepped to second year, I cut classes now. So we I met my teacher. Believe me or not, brother, the school starts June.
Yes.
I met my teachers January.
In January?
In January. Because I don't attend.
Subhanallah.
I don't attend. Okay? So I was drop off second year.
But being at home with your parents and your parents being religious, did you ever have these discussions with your parents about things that you study during school?
Actually, we don't have time. Only at 6 o'clock we have to do the same thing, rosary. Whether we like it or not, we should be at home and do the rosary.
Okay.
It's mandated for us. Okay. So.
And then you grew up and became a young man, and you finished high school. You went to university.
Yes.
You chose a specialty, which is special education. It's very rare to find people being interested in that area.
Actually, brother, if I may go back.
Yes.
Just to. So after second year, I cut school. So I failed. So I have to repeat second year. So I see my classmates, they are in third year now.
Yes.
And I'm here, I'm very shy. So I strive. So I become again, I pass. So I became third year. But same thing happened. So what my parents did was to send me to my grandfather's, my father's side. And they are, they live in farm.
Yes.
And wallahi, brother, I cried because I have to walk 2 kilometers versus I have motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2 kilometers, and then I have to cross wadi, and then there, and I eat whatever they have.
Why did they send you there?
Because they give up.
Because you're not studying.
Yes, because of that.
Yeah.
And I was received by, but before that I went to a non-school. And when they see my record, they told me, if this is your record, you can influence our students.
In a bad way?
In a bad way. Because my hair was long,
yeah.
At that time.
Shabab.
And then I went to, my aunt tell me, you go to the city.
Yes.
You could go to the university, something like that. But I think at that time, I don't know what's come into my mind. And I said, no, I would rather choose in here.
In the non-school?
Yes. And it's in a farm. In a barrio. We call that in a barrio. And I go to these Carmelite missionaries.
Yes.
And when the principals, again, same thing, when they see my card, no, we will give you chance. And that time, I said, I told myself, this is the test, the start of the test for me. And even they offered me at that time to go to priesthood.
To study the theology and be a priest.
And everything. But I don't know what happened at that time that I have a meeting with them. I went home.
You didn't attend the meeting?
I did not. I don't know. I went home only.
Yes.
And that's the start that, nothing, that passed. And as I said, I went to the college.
Yes.
When I went to college, here we come, I want to be a doctor. I don't want to be a teacher.
You want to become a doctor?
Yes.
Okay.
But at that time, in that university, there's two options I have. One is for the College of Education, and one is for the College of Agriculture.
Oh, so you didn't get to get into medical school?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I was late. I was late at that time.
Okay.
Because, they have entrance exams and interviews, something like
Yes.
that. So the only options is these two. So I said, if I choose College of Agriculture, I have to go back again to the mountain.
Yeah.
And I'm done with it, I finished. I graduated on that. So I said, okay, I will stay. I will choose College of Education. At least I am already at the campus.
Yes.
And only one term. Only one term.
What do you mean by one term? You're not going to continue like for 4 years or 5 years in the university?
And what I mean, brother, is only one semester.
And then you'll change.
And then I will change. I said shift.
Yes.
And I said, okay, this is my plan. Okay. So what I did, brother, because at that time I'm drinking. I have these habits.
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
Yes.
when I go inside the class, imagine 52, brother, 52 of us.
Right.
Only two male.
All females.
All females.
Yes.
And I said, what's this? And College of Education already, all majority are females.
Yes.
So I said, where's my friends? Friends.
Yes.
So I said, no. I go inside. Sometimes I go inside my class. I already drink. And exam, simple exam, and it's in Filipino. I got 0. And I said, because I don't care.
So you didn't like the environment. You didn't like
because it's already my plan. My plan, it's already put in my mind that my plan is.
I want to go to medical school.
Yes. And anyway, this is just temporary. After this, I will be shift.
So you did all your best not to make this experience work.
And then after this, here comes the time when I was putting my papers. They told me
for the medical.
They said no, you need to finish 1 year. You have to start at the beginning. And I said, what's this? So I wasted already this 2 years.
1 semester.
2 years, and then another 1 sem, another 1 year. I said, okay, kalas, I will just continue. And then, okay, I will again. Listen, okay, if I did not finish for 2 years, then I will again start.
Now, talking about this, you had a plan.
Yes.
And you thought that you are going to implement your plan.
Yes. My way.
Yes.
My way. So I said, okay, I will continue. Okay, but I this time I pushed myself.
Yes.
Because now they told me what's the requirements.
Yes.
And I said, hey, I wasted already my grades.
Yes.
So I said, okay, I will try to push. And here comes end of the school year. Now all the college from first year, second year, they will call in the auditorium.
Yes.
Okay. So each department talk, math department, science department, English department, Filipino department, special education.
Yes.
But at that time, I didn't know about this. And I said, okay.
So just hold on. So it means you were doing like a foundation.
Yes.
And in the education college.
Yes.
And then now you get to see the specialities in the education college.
Yes. So, but we have group already. So I said, imagine from 1 o'clock, and they tell us, no, you have to come back 4 o'clock because you have to submit where you choose.
Yes.
And I said, okay. We told our friends, we go out. Yala, let's go.
Yes.
We go outside the school. We eat. We drink. And then here come, because it's a mandatory.
Yes.
So I have to go back. And of course, I did not know what's going on now. So I said, my friend tell me, what is this special education? And I said, I write my name. Because I said, I don't want to be a math teacher or whatever. I said, because I will, anyway.
Yes.
I put my name in special education.
You didn't know why?
I don't know what I get into.
You don't know even what is special education.
Yes. So, and I said, okay. So here comes. I said, I don't know, at that time, I feel different already. I feel different. And
in what way?
I don't know, brother. Because I feel something is changing. That it's like something pulling me.
Yes.
And I said, okay. I will try. I read about special education because it was new in 2000. In 1992, something like that. This is new.
Yes.
Nothing. So I said, okay, I will give it a shot because I wasted already 3 years of my, So, okay. The first day, and of course I see that my schedule is psychology. I said, okay, then I can still the same. I still have my plan.
Yes.
I can proceed like
Yes.
this. I see psychologies and everything, a lot of psychology classes.
Do you take also anatomy?
Yes.
Anatomy and psychology?
Yes, like that. So, first schedule of psychology, I remember mental institution, Pututan Mental Health Center.
Yes.
And that is for mental.
Yes.
And I said, okay. Let's go. So I go inside. In that facility,
yes.
Our classroom is inside, where the outside you could see at the window people with mental illness, with mental health,
yes.
peeping, looking at us, and
Yes.
some screaming like this. And I said, this is special education.
Yes.
Because we are dealing with these people.
Yes.
I said, that's open. I said, okay. I said,
Now I understand.
Yes,
what
understand now.
Yes.
And I said, okay. But everything changed when my cousin got meningitis. He was 7 years old. And I see my uncle and my aunt suffer because he almost died.
Yes.
Meningitis, bedridden and everything. And at that time I said, I don't know. I said, because that boy, my cousin, was really close to me. I know all my cousins. And I said, don't get him.
What do you mean don't get him?
Don't take him away from us.
You mean the hospital?
No, my cousin.
Okay.
I talked to Allah. But at that time, I don't know him. And I said...
Oh, so you're talking to yourself?
Yes, I talked to God. I said, please, because I prayed.
Yes.
Please.
Don't take this boy away.
I don't
keep
mind,
him safe here.
I don't mind him to be my first student.
In special education?
Yes, because I understand now what special education.
Yes.
And that times happened. But I said, I don't know him before. And I said, God, don't take him.
Yes.
I don't mind to be his teacher.
Yes.
And he survived. And he became my first student.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
And right now, actually, he finished college.
MashaAllah.
Yes, but he has, cerebral palsy. But I said, okay, that's the first thing. So after this is all my childhood, why I become a special education teacher.
Yes, it's a very interesting
yes.
that how life has taken you and pulled you to a direction without your intention.
Yes.
Yeah, you had a different plan, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had a different plan. And this plan has a purpose.
Yes, this is why I said, serving everything serves His plan.
Yes.
Okay. So I went to America. New York City Board of Ed came to Philippines.
Before going to America, did you work in the Philippines?
Yes.
In special education, and then you decided to go to the United States?
Yes. After I graduated 1996, I worked in a kindergarten school.
Yes.
In the morning, I am a kindergarten teacher. And in the afternoon, I have 2 kids, one deaf and one Down syndrome. And I see already, this is where I started to see how schools, private people deal when it comes to special children.
Yes.
And I said, okay, why? Because money.
Yes.
It's money.
Because it's expensive also.
Expensive. It's like you are sending a college student. Okay? So I said, I decided to put a center, my own center. And later on, because that's the first center in my area. And then later on, our Department of Education absorbed all my staff. And I said, why I make it as a foundation?
Yes.
So I put that in a foundation. And then New York City Board of Ed came and say, we're rehiring. So that's where I went to America.
You went to the United States?
Yes.
Okay.
And worked with the New York City Board of Ed for 3 years.
Where about in the United States?
In the Bronx.
In the Bronx?
Yes.
MashaAllah. And how was your experience when you first arrived in the United States? Tell us some of the interesting things that happened. Of course, now from the Philippines to the United States, it's a total different environment.
I was the 4th teacher. I was assigned in Bronx. I'm the 4th teacher. And I said, no wonder, what happened? One teacher, 12 kids, and it's special education. I thought that I'm good in English.
Yes.
When I came in there, I was culture shock. You say one sentence, they already saying one paragraph.
MashaAllah.
And I said, what's this? And I told myself, you are hypocrite if you say you are new teacher and you can control your class.
Yes.
Why I said this? In the apartment that we are renting, 2 of them are outstanding teachers of the Philippines.
With
One-
you?
With me.
Yes.
Same, living in the same house.
Yes.
2 outstanding teachers of the Philippines. One is a dean of a college.
Mm-hmm.
One is a professor in Philippine science. These are
So,
prestigious
so the
schools.
4 of them are from the Philippines?
Philippines. Actually,
Yes.
we were 32 of us were hired
Yes.
out of hundreds. And me.
Yes.
When we arrive from school, we have our own corner. One in the kitchen, one in the bathroom, one in the staircase, one in the room, crying.
Why?
Because too much.
Pressure, you mean?
Pressure,
of work,
brother.
yeah.
Culture shock. Students are very difficult.
You didn't expect this?
Oh, we'd never expect this.
Yes.
Because it's a government.
Yeah.
We never. And in one point that I cannot control, I said every time I have palpitation. I am living in Queens. I have to travel to train up to Bronx. And on the way, dug, 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 like these palpitations. I feel that. And it's not healthy. I prayed like this before the start of the class. I prayed what guide us like this.
Let us hold the prayer and go for a short break
Yes.
and then come back and
Okay,
discuss.
sure.
Dear brothers and sisters, welcome back to Dome Podcast with our guest, Mr. Jamal. So, Mr. Jamal, we stopped at your palpitation.
Yes.
Yeah, every time you pray before going to class. So, what happened?
This because of the stress, as I
Yes.
said, because we cannot control our kids. We at the end that, as I said, we almost gave up. Okay, America, we said, oh wow,
It's
But
the
a
land of opportunity.
But again, it's like little by little. There's one experience I have that one of my colleagues, a science teacher,
Yes.
imagine teaching, and she cannot control, and she banged the sticks
Yes.
on the blackboard. The stick was broken and she collapsed, and students nothing.
So is it
it's a tough-
because of the number of students in the class and also the cultural differences, and they also homesick away
and
from
also-
your country?
Yes, and also, brother, the language barrier.
Yeah.
There's a language. There's a big gap. As I said, we talk in one sentence. They already talk in one paragraph.
Yes.
So it's a fast thing. It's a matter of months, and then like this.
Yes.
So and I said, at one point, I cannot. I said, so I have these kids already. They are in gangs.
Yeah.
In gangs, and cannot. This very disrespectful at the time. I said, okay. I raised my voice, and I said, I yelled at them.
And these are students of special needs.
Yes.
But not
In
mental.
regular, yeah, no.
Not mental
No, no.
special need,
Yes.
physical
Yes.
special needs. Okay.
So I told them, I yelled at them, and I told them, enough. I said, and one of the students, one of the leaders in
Yeah.
there, and he pointed at me and said, we will jump on you. And I said, I don't know, but I did not feel anything because of maybe too much frustrations and anger that I cannot teach.
Yes.
And there's another kids that who deserves.
Yes.
And I said, okay. I told them, Philippines is too far for me to run.
Yes.
Tell me the place, and I wait you there. But
Oh, so he meant that he will come and fight
yes,
you.
meaning we will jump on you. Meaning
Yes.
they will fight me.
Fight you. Yes.
So I said this word, but make sure I said, where I'm standing, you will bury me.
Yes.
Because Philippines, I said, very far to run.
Yes. Mashallah.
So, 3 o'clock. I am standing where they want me,
Yes.
and they're across the street.
Yes.
Maybe 15 kids. Kids, young kids, huh?
So you took the challenge, yeah? You're going to fight the
but
kids.
I don't know, because I think Thomas.
What were you thinking?
I'm not thinking. I don't know.
Yes.
Frustrations maybe.
Yes.
But again, for me, as I reflect, and that time already there.
Yes.
They never step
To the other side
to
of
the
the
other
road.
side, and the next day, they earned my respect.
So they thought, okay, this teacher is serious.
Yes.
Yeah, he is going to give us a hard time, so we
Yes.
better listen to what he
Yes.
says.
So, at that time, I managed to control that class
Yes.
and finish the year. And then I moved to a special education center,
Mhm.
which is one of the biggest center in New York City. It's in the Bronx also,
Yes.
but it's 4 floors. Imagine every floor have different disabilities, and I work with autists. There, I have student that also very tough. I think I'm lucky because of all this stuff. But I said, because I said this is part of the plan.
Yes.
I will put people for you, just because you will be ready in the future. Now I fully understand the alignment.
Yes.
And
why you went through that.
Yes. So I have one student that I cannot be controlled. I see this kid, this girl, every time they winter, she will take off her clothes, run.
In the snow?
From 4th floor to go down, nobody can stop. And I have 6 kids. Each one of them have their own assistant. And besides that, I have 1 classroom assistant and me, meaning 6 kids, 8 adults in 1 class.
Subhanallah.
So I cannot. And one day I'm also frustrated. I don't know what to do with this girl because I have to put a wall so that he cannot see, and a person in the door.
So that to watch, not to go out.
Yes, and lock. So I don't know what happened, but I see one day the pattern that the father always bring her. She will never go to school unless she go to that shop and take this sandwich, cheese.
Yes.
And at that time, I don't know, something tell me like, take this cheese, take this burger from this
restaurant,
this lady,
yes.
This girl, because she always hand in and she eat and kalas.
Nice.
After she eat, you cannot control.
Yes.
I told my assistant, please take the sandwich from her. And she tried, she start because she finished eating, but she didn't realize that I still took the half.
Yes.
And I don't know, I throw the cheese.
Yes.
And we are in 4th floor, and the window is only like this. If the window maybe is opening like this, she will jump because of the cheese.
Of the cheese sandwich.
So I said, this is now, I said the reason, So I buy my cheese, and then every time she move, and then she and then we fade, and the parents was happy, and they invited me at their house.
I think it's a learning cycle.
Yes.
Every time you deal with a child, you understand
Yes.
the psychology of this child
Yes.
and what they need, and you
Yes.
move on. Now, Brother Jamal, from the experience of the United States, you had to go back to the Philippines.
Yes.
Why did you go back to the Philippines?
At that time, we have visa issues with I was in Maryland at that time.
Yes.
And in order for us, we can file a case. We have for mass case
Yes.
against the Department of Education, but it takes time. And no job, you're not allowed. We can do part-time, but if somebody caught you, you will be arrested. And
Yes.
I said, it's not worth it. I said, I will go back
To the Philippines.
to the Philippines.
Yes.
And then after that, I go to way back to that foundation, and I'm still working. And I said, let me see, what's the currency? What's the highest currency now?
You were
Searching.
back in the Philippines,
Yes.
and you were searching about currencies.
Currency. What's the highest currency? And I
Okay.
don't know about Oman, brother. Latvia. I said Latvia, Oman, Kuwait, like this.
Yes.
I said, what is Oman?
You saw Oman.
And I said, okay, good money.
The currency is high.
So I called the center. Okay, I said, because I see them. I searched the jobs
In Oman.
special
Yes.
education, and they said, and I found one in one of the center.
But at that time, you didn't know about Oman. You had no intention to come to Oman. So why did you search for a job? You don't know.
You don't know. I don't know, brother. Wallah. And but because I said, good money. Good money. Exchange rate 130
Yes.
plus against one
Real.
yan real.
130 your currency.
Pesos.
Pesos.
Yes. I said, okay, I'll try. And I got this job right there. And instead of interviewing, we talk only.
Yes.
There's no such thing as interview.
By call?
By call.
Yes.
Yes. And Allah told, brother. Right away.
So you applied?
I've applied and right away.
They call you?
Yes. And the offer for me is 200 real.
200 real. Yes.
And I said, I don't know why I accept this. And people asking me, why you accept it?
Yes.
I don't know. I said, go ahead. I said,
Subhanallah.
so I came in here and this...
Before coming to Oman, weren't you like concerned, I'm going to this country, I don't know anything about this country, I don't know anybody, I'm just going in the dark, never heard of this country. Didn't you have this fear?
Actually...
Especially Middle East, the media is doing a good job in portraying the Middle East.
Actually, brother, so I got the job and I said, okay, I start searching.
Yes.
But I said, and I see, I don't know how I feel with I read, but how gentle the Omanis are.
Yes.
That's the thing. That's only I feel. Yes. And I said, okay, I go for it. But besides that, it's not for me. I don't know. That's something leading me in this. Why I searched.
Yes.
And then I found that how is the currency.
Yes.
And then I searched for a job. Yes. Right there. And then
you get a call.
And same day
you
accepted.
Yes.
So I said, okay,
let's go.
In one day, huh? So
you packed your bag.
In one day, all this thing happened, and I said, okay. I said, this is, I think, something. So I said, okay. So I went, and I work in that center, and I met these amazing kids.
At the center.
Teenagers. Yeah. And
I understand you had some interaction with the parents.
Yes. I was assigned in one class with 5 of them, and they are very hard to manage.
Severe disability.
Severe. They have
mental or
they have other autism.
Autism.
They are in the spectrum of autism. One is, cannot sit. One always in the floor. One always wants to eat, grab you like this, jumping like this, and I said, I don't know how to start. Why I come in here? What I was, why I'm here?
Yes.
Because they cannot understand me. Only one child in there that can speak English, and I said, okay. And these are all non-verbals.
So you have to deal with them by signs.
Actually, no, because they cannot also understand sign.
So how do you deal with them?
That's why I said rather. So there's a strategies on how to deal with these kids, learn the behavior, how to make them sit down at the end, something like that. But for me, what I learned is from my experience, and this always puts in my heart that because of my cousin, that I see that imagine one child.
Yes.
When you help this child, you help the whole family.
Yes.
You put something, you ease their sufferings and pains. Imagine a child cannot sit down, sleep, not night, cannot talk, only throw things, aggressive. Imagine them, you have only them for 6 hours, 5 hours. The rest of 24 hours is with them.
With the family.
With the family. So at least I said, okay, I understand that, okay, like this. So in particular, these kids, this very difficult. I don't know what to do, and I want to put them in one corner, just to control them, sitting there. And but my principal told me, no, you sit in front, and so that you could see by the camera.
Yes.
So I said, okay, sitting like this, and I have this kid in there. So when I came
before talking about the kids. What was some of the interaction with the parents? What did the parents tell you?
When I talk to parents, so they said we make a plan like this, and one parent gave me Quran, and I said, okay, thank you, like this.
Did you know what it was?
Yes, I know it's like same like the Bible.
Yes.
I said, because he explained it to me.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, thank you so much. So I just put. Never, brother. I never.
You never
read
opened.
It. Never. I put it. I said it's like souvenir.
Yes.
Okay. So as I continue working, one parent gave me Quran,
Again. Yes.
And I said to myself, it's interesting now. So I said, first I have two now, and it's electronic.
Yes.
So I tried to listen, this pen, and listen.
Yes.
But I did not
read it.
And
Yes.
I said, like this. But at that time, it's different already. Why? And said, I have two. What does it mean? What does it mean? So it was closing Ramadan,
Mm-hmm.
and another parent gave it to me.
Another third
three now.
Quran. Yes.
So I said, "Hi, what's this now? Three now."
Yes.
So I said, and when I read thoroughly, I remember it was what I read before in this Bible. Same. The story,
So you got the translation, the English translation.
translations.
When you started reading the third Quran,
Yes.
you saw that the stories are
Yes.
similar to in the Bible.
Yes. From Adam, Musa,
Yes.
Yusuf, all those prophets. And I said,
Interesting.
I said, but this what's a but?
Yes.
And I don't know what I'm thinking at that time. I said,
Yes.
okay, if you really need it from you, I have one child in here.
Now you're talking to God.
I talked
So
to
what did you say?
Allah.
What did you say to Allah?
If this child come to me,
Uh-huh.
only come to me.
Yes. This
And-
disabled child.
Yes, he's always on the floor.
Yes.
This Allah, always on the floor, and come
If-
to me only, and show me that he can communicate with me.
Mhm.
You got my yes.
I will accept.
Yes.
So what you're doing actually, you're putting a condition
Yes.
on God. Yeah. So you're
Yes.
telling him that if this boy moves and come to you and communicate, then
Yes.
I will follow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So what happened?
the next day, I'm doing 1-to-1, and this boy come. He's always on the floor. He stand up,
Uh-huh.
hold in here, and do like this to me,
He looked at you.
and smile, and then he put his forehead in my forehead, and I said to myself,
What, you were scared?
I was like, I was like freeze for a moment. I said, what is going on?
Yes.
And the smile, I remember until now, I can picture his smile.
It's a strange smile.
Smile, and it's beautiful smile.
Yes.
And I said to myself, okay, and that's it. I called the parents, the last person who gave me this Bible, this Quran, Salim. I said, come, let's go. And we go to Sheikh Saud,
Yes.
and then I made my shahada in there, and everything, it's perspective. And then after that, I met Brother Nasser,
Yes.
and then you.
Yes.
And I said, it's different feeling, and you belong. You transferred yourself into a different level. It's like you cannot explain.
That's right.
And day by day, it makes everything clear. And until now, as I said, okay, this not give me the biggest impact, brother. It feels really, I don't know, I cannot explain at that time. So when I embrace a lot things going on, and everything seems like impossible for me. It's
Now the feeling of embracing this new faith, okay? You have to change your name. You have to change the way you live, your habits. The way you do things. Starting off by praying
Yes.
5 times a day.
Yes.
How did that work for you?
Actually,
did you find it very difficult? Or
Actually, at first,
yes,
I thought it was very difficult, but because I don't know, as I said, in His plan, in His blueprint for my life, He put everything in place,
yes.
and you are one of them.
Oh, Jazakallah khair.
You are one of them. I remember you come talk to me and a brother Nasser.
Yes. Yes.
So everything was, I'm properly guided from the beginning. I remember Brother Nasser bring me to Sultan Qaboos for the lectures.
Yes.
And everything, as I said, everything was prepared, and it's not for me. I did not find difficult. They said transition. My family was never accepted.
Yeah, so you had to tell your family
Yes.
of the decision that you chose.
Yes. And at first,
How did they react to that?
At first-
being a very religious family.
it was very difficult. It was very difficult, and even until now, my father, I only take sway. I don't know if he still until now accepted, because he has pacemaker. So, but he understand. Sometimes I said I have prayed like this sometimes, but he understand. And I said everything. I thought at first it's very difficult. Why?
You also have relatives who are priests.
Aywa.
So
Yeah.
when you went back to the Philippines, when you have a conversation with them, are you in good terms with them? How does it happen?
This is where the term used. What other people will say.
Yes.
And I told myself, if only I listen to what people will say against Allah's will, which one is more?
Subhanallah.
Time will heal.
Yes.
So I push through.
Brother, we will take a short break and then continue the interesting story, inshallah.
Sure, brother.
Dear brothers and sisters, welcome back to Dome, a podcast with our honorable guest, Mr. Jamal. Now, Mr. Jamal, now that you have become a Muslim, your perspective of life has changed. Now things are becoming more clear. Why you had to go through this journey to reach where you are today. What about dealing with the children? Did the idea of you becoming a Muslim change the way you're dealing with the children?
Actually, in dealing with children, you understand what's your vocation, what's your purpose in life.
Yes.
Before I said I want to be a doctor, and I was wrong because it's my plan.
Yes.
It's not Allah's plan. Now I fully clear. I said before I'm easily frustrated. I want fast result.
Yes.
Now patience. Because of
Mashallah.
these kids, I develop patience, something like that.
Mashallah.
And in the way that I see clear, because I know, as I said, my purpose. I said, my vocation in life, Allah put me. I now understand that you want me to be in this position, to be a special education teacher because of these children.
Yes.
It started because I deal with you before about my cousin.
Yes.
It's like telling me, hey, you made a deal with me about
Yes.
this and I give it to you. Why you go to this side?
Yes.
No. You cannot override this.
So you are the one who asked
Yes.
to take care of your cousin.
Yes.
So and Allah.
Yes, already. It's
Already planned for you. Yes.
It's part
Yes.
of my blueprint already.
I have an interesting question I want to ask you. You know, Brother Jamal, in Oman and in many of the GCC countries, the nationality that is embracing Islam the most are Filipinos. Why is that?
Actually, I think they see really, because the history of Philippines
Yes.
is Muslim country.
It used to be a
It is
Muslim country. Yes.
But when Ferdinand Magellan came from, I think,
Spain?
Spain, this they turned into Christianity,
Yes.
except for the Mindanao.
They
fight.
fought.
They fought about.
yeah.
And so majority of the people there
Remained
are
Muslim. Mm.
And when I trace my roots,
Mm-hmm.
my family, some part of my family are Muslims.
Mm.
So I think now
It's a natural thing.
natural, yes. So
Natural thing.
because they see now how we project. As I remember, it's not about Islam only. It's how you project to people,
Yes.
because you know already how people, media and everything affect us.
But on the other hand, also, when you speak to some of the Filipinos, they have fear of becoming Muslims because of what they hear
Yes.
of the media. So we want to take this opportunity for you to tell your Filipino brothers and sisters of your experience. You know, should they be scared to become a Muslim? Have you changed to a better person, or you have become a worse person?
Actually, brother, you it's like embracing Islam. You cannot and you cannot explain. But it's for there's an assurance, peaceful mind that comes to you.
Yes.
If you follow Quran, it's already there.
Yes.
It's the guide. It's all in there. And not just because we heard a lot of people about Islam or what. This doesn't reflect what is Islam.
Subhanallah.
When I embraced Islam, as I said, it put me to another dimension, is a level. Like I said, I'm at peace. If I see people like getting like mad, make me mad, because
you're calm.
You're calm.
Yes.
Because why? Because I said, I know my purpose.
Yes.
Everything, all of these people, everything serve Allah's plan. This is His plan for me.
Yes.
So you have direction in life.
Now, in terms of implementing your faith, did the idea of living in Oman help you to practice your faith and understand your faith better?
Yes.
In what way?
In all aspects. In all aspects. Unlike in Philippines, I cannot, because I have to travel
to another area.
And pray in there, like 12 kilometers away. Okay. In here, I can see everything. You know, Friday, my family. It's different.
Food, halal
yes,
food.
Everything. So it's put in it's all in all. You cannot go. That's why they say.
Brother Jamal, did you lose friends when you became Muslims? People who rejected you because of your faith and so on?
At a certain point, there's a certain point why they're laughing at me. When especially about they already making fun of our when we do sujood.
Yes.
Why like this and you are like this? But I don't listen. Why should I?
Yes.
Because for me, I will my philosophy in life is this. You could say or tell me everything. As long as I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing it, or not putting my foot to step my others, brothers or sisters.
Yes.
As
long as you're not harming anyone else.
I will not say it to you.
Yes.
Because I know one day will come that you will realize that I was wrong.
Yes.
I don't need to defend myself. I don't need to explain why
I'm doing certain things.
Because I know already that this is. I choose this way. I choose this faith. Why should I explain?
You spoke to Allah twice. One with your cousin.
Yes.
Yeah. You asked Allah not to take him away, and the experience you had with the boy with disability.
Yes.
Did this relationship continue with Allah?
Actually, yes, brother. What happened is for me when I pray, it's like you have a conversation with Allah.
Yes.
And somebody when I was in Egypt, one of the sheikh tell me, when he prayed, he's closing his eyes.
Yes.
And even at home, he said, "Why you close your eyes?" I said, "This is the time that you have conversation with Allah."
Yes.
And I always say, "Thank you for everything." And like for example, Allah, I said, and I don't miss these words every day. Thank you for this wonderful day. I offer you this, all the sufferings and pain and happiness that I will experience today, I offer it to you.
Yes.
Your will be done.
Yes.
So there's points that, you know.
So if Jamal was not a Muslim today, what will he be?
I cannot imagine, brother.
How will your life look like?
Actually, I cannot picture. I don't know. Maybe if I followed my plan, I don't know if I'm a doctor. I don't know. But I know right now, as I said, my purpose.
Yes.
It's leading me to one direction in life.
Okay, now I want to bring you to a very interesting part of your life.
Yes.
You decided to settle down and get married, and you got married to a sister from Egypt. This is a very weird.
Yes.
It's a very weird combination. Okay, so what happened? And first of all, how important is it to get married to a Muslim woman? You could have chose to marry any non-Muslim woman. Why you chose to marry a Muslim woman?
I think because of the understanding, same faith.
Yes.
Because it's very difficult to be with somebody that are not the same faith. There's a lot of conflicts. There's a lot of conflicts, and meeting this woman from Egypt, as I said, it's still part of the plan because she's also a special education teacher.
MashaAllah.
See, brother, I said how he connected, huh?
Yes,
So,
all the dots are connected.
I said, see, from the very beginning.
Yes.
But this is an easy way process also.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of challenges, but as I said, when you offer everything to Allah, nothing is impossible.
So how's your in-laws in Egypt?
They are.
You speak Arabic now?
No, I tried a little bit, but my Arabic still needs improvement. But again, there's no impossible. Nothing is impossible.
So how was your first experience when you went to Egypt?
It was good. Actually, my first experience was when we tried to arrange our papers.
Yes.
And we failed. We do all the blood tests and everything, and we failed. The government there said, you are not allowed.
You didn't get the approval. Yes.
So, and even with in our embassy as well, we did not get approval.
Yes.
And I said, how? And she almost give up. And I said to myself, okay, you pray. But this time, I said, what can I do? Tell me what I will do. Guide me. I said.
You're talking to Allah again.
As I said, every morning, rather.
Yes.
I said, Allah, this like this. Guide me only. I'm not asking for anything, but guide me. So we send people. The first person only for money.
Yes.
Because they said, no, it's impossible. And the second person from Grand Mosque in Manila.
Yes.
And no worries. Everything
will be done.
You go back to Philippines and then marry there. So the two of us went to the Philippines, get married, and then come back the next day.
You went 2 days only.
Like this.
Yes.
One way like this. And I thought at first it was a fake, but everything is done properly, legally, and everything.
Inshallah.
And now, yes. As I said, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah,
Yes.
alhamdulillah.
But before that, this is nothing. This is like, it's impossible.
Yes.
But as I said, everything I said, your will be done. I always ask Allah, your will be done.
If I may ask you, what have you learned from the children with disability? What did they teach you?
The value of life.
Yes.
Dealing with I'm very attached with these children, because one child, as I mentioned, you are helping the whole family.
Yes.
You could see in there I have scratches.
The children, they scratch you.
Scratch because cannot controlled.
Yes.
And this is what I always tell the parents. We have the reality in life. We cannot bring back the time. Last minute, you cannot bring it back.
When it goes, it goes. Yes.
Future. If you have a child with autism, because I'm dealing now with autism,
Yes.
we are talking about future. If you cannot do it now, you will suffer.
You mean treating the
Yes.
child or
Intervention.
giving intervention?
Yes.
Okay.
Because later on you will give suffering
Yes.
to whole family.
Yes.
I have parents that says, "Oh, I have money. What?" But the child is very aggressive, and
Yes.
they suffer. And money can never help. This is what I told
Money
them.
cannot buy everything.
Cannot. At the end of the day, you will deal with your child.
Yes.
I remember, and I always tell this to the parents, that now you are stronger than your child, because 6, 7, you are stronger. But time will come, and it will come.
Where your
when
child
you will
is
be the stronger,
yes.
and you will be weak.
Yes. You will not be able to control.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
also, second point is, reality is you will go first. You will say, "Oh yes, you have brothers and sisters." But what is your assurance that the same love and care that you are giving to this child will be the same thing that his brother or sisters will give? They will have their own family.
Yes.
If you are not teaching them now, who will? The problem I've noticed is emotions.
Yes.
Emotions. And when we say autism, it's like, this one, brother.
Yes.
What is we will both look at this glass, this mug.
Yes.
What do you see? What your first thing you look?
Yeah, the colors and the writing. Yes.
Label.
Label. Yeah.
We focus on the label, but we also focus on our emotion.
Yes.
Once we focus on the label, he has autism, he has Down syndrome, he has deaf, you give them already excuse. Miskin,
Yes.
he cannot do this, you will help. But later on, this never helps the child.
Yes. He needs to depend on himself.
And I told the parents, if you compare your child to another child, does your child have 3 eyes, 4 ears?
The same,
nose?
like any
The
other
same.
child. Yes.
Don't focus on the label.
Yes.
Because it will never help you.
Yes.
Treat him as a human being, as Allah designed
Yes.
for you. The purpose of this child is to connect,
Yes.
bond. Because when you grow old, this child will stay with you.
Yes.
Others will go, and this child will be with you.
Will be with you. That's right. That's right.
That's why it's very important to start the intervention right now.
Yes.
It's a lot of sacrifices. I've seen a lot also, like hurting, not toilet train, diapers and everything.
Yes.
And later on, you work right now, later on you will see the difference.
Yes.
Rather than on the other side, I can see other parents that, okay, nanny, bring to centers and everything, until they realize
Yes.
that it's too late. It's too late. They cannot control their own child. And I always tell them, people like us come and go to your life,
Yes.
to this child's life. But you stuck into this.
You can't do anything.
You cannot do
It's your
anything.
child. It's your child. At the end of this lovely interview today, Brother Jamal, I want you to send out a message to your brothers and sisters in the Philippines. Especially, we were very sorry to hear about the cyclone that hit the Philippines. A lot of people have been affected. What would you like to tell them?
Actually, these calamities, these things in life that happens, these trials,
Yes.
this is already a plan
Yes.
of Allah.
Yes.
It's like, as I always keep on mentioning, it's like a blueprint.
Yes.
And these blueprints serves all purpose why Allah do this to us.
Yes.
Because this will make us stronger and better in the near future.
Yes.
Everything is aligned already. Everything is aligned for us. That's why all these situations, challenges, this is part of it.
Yes.
Always have faith. Be strong.
Yes.
Have a strong faith.
Yes.
Because nothing is impossible. We have prayers.
Yes.
This is where you're connected to Him. It's not, everything is in there already. Like that, brother.
Brother Jamal, thank you very much for being a part of our Dome podcast. And it was lovely to see you after a very long time. And thank you very much for sharing your personal story.
Brother, you know me already. I cannot say because you give me my name,
Subhanallah.
Jamal.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
So, as I said, you are my mentor.
Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair.
So, as I said, I'm just an instrument.
Yes.
You are my mentor, and the same, you mold me into where I am right now.
Jazakallah khair.
So I'm just an instrument also to share. And as I said, I know my purpose now.
Yes.
Why I'm here, why I'm a special education teacher.
Alhamdulillah.
So because of you, Jamal, I got this Jamal.
Yeah.
So
the name means beauty, and
Yes.
you are beautiful from the inside and the outside.
So this is now sharing everything what I have.
Alhamdulillah.
So
Alhamdulillah.
it's an opportunity. It's my pleasure.
Thank you
brother.
very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dear brothers and sisters, thank you very much for listening and watching Dome Podcast. See you next time, inshallah, from me, your host, Hatim Abdissalaam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.